woke turns to shit.
Your intellect is as weak as your dollar. Failure is your destiny. You disrespect yourself and your nation. You are made of stupid.
Oh, yes! I hate this! It is revolting!
I'm telling you guys, we've done this before.
It should be hauled away as garbage.
Whoa, this can't be real.
You serious?
It's just going to be one of those days, isn't it? You know, I was having such a lovely day. Reading the news, nothing really seems to be all that critical. Fairly light today. Then, of course, I hopped over to ScreenRant. And while I was perusing the various things that I normally read there, I found this Star Wars article. And I started reading it, but this is interesting. And then I got a couple paragraphs in. And my dear people, this is going to make your day. So here we are. Mark Hamill reveals his first impression of Luke Skywalker. Celebrated Star Wars actor who now plays the Joker in real life, Mark Hamill, has recalled his first impression of Luke Skywalker, and his words serve as a reminder to the true message of Star Wars. Nobody ever imagined quite how successful Star Wars would become, and according to his friend Steven Spielberg, even George Lucas only expected the first film to gross 15 to 20 million in the box office. In reality, it made $775.8 million. Let that sink in. More than $3.8 billion today, adjusted for inflation. Mark Hamill originally thought that Star Wars was a parody. It is now. But he was won over when he read the full script. Speaking on the Smartless podcast, how apt, Hamill recalls his first impression of Luke Skywalker, saying, "When I tested, I was like Harrison Ford's the leading man, and I'm the annoying sidekick." He recalled, "I'm badgering him and all of this stuff." It's true that Luke Skywalker follows a classic hero's journey, but Hamill can be forgiven for misunderstanding. After all, the hero traditionally gets the girl, and it was Han who wound up with Leia instead of Luke. They go on to say that Luke Skywalker was a different sort of hero, and modern viewers have just forgotten how unusual George Lucas' plot really is. Harrison Ford is the cocky, wisecracking hero figure, a scoundrel pilot who can even win over a princess's heart. He's the traditional lead. Instead, Lucas gave the lead role to a somewhat whiny, everyman hero from the galactic backwater, whose ultimate act of heroism lay in setting down his lightsaber rather than using it. Viewed from that perspective, Luke Skywalker is a very different kind of hero. That's sort of true. He definitely did curb his anger at the end of Return of the Jedi in order to save his father. However, this is where the article goes sideways. Reading Hamill's comments, I couldn't help but remember that Luke Skywalker of Star Wars The Last Jedi saying, "You think what? I'm going to walk out with a laser sword and face down the First Order?" That's the Luke Skywalker viewers were expecting to see, and in fact the Luke we would get in The Mandalorian Season 2 finale. But that's the traditional Hollywood hero, the Marvel-type superhero rather than the one George created. To which I say, nonsense! Viewed through this lens, Luke Skywalker feels more like a countercultural. He may have trained with the Force, but it's in his heart that wins out. Blah, 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 the message of Star Wars. This is where it really just falls off a cliff when they talk about their take on Luke Skywalker. Oddly enough, the old Star Wars EU, now considered to be non-canon by people that believe Disney, trod the same ground. Writers became fascinated with Luke's sheer power. I'll never forget Kevin J. Anderson's Jedi Academy trilogy and of course, Timothy Zahn's Hand of Thrawn. All of us know this is really the canon and that the Disney films are trash and fake. But this author goes on to say, Mark Hamill's comments remind me so much of this. At first glance, the Luke Skywalker of George Lucas's Star Wars is the main character who feels like he's the whiny sidekick rather than the lead. But the new hope that dawned across the galaxy was not the return of some Superman, some all-confident hero who can drive back the villains with a flick of his wrist and a sweeping slash of his lightsaber. Rather, the new hope of Star Wars is in the everyday people who choose love despite it all. And in so doing, the sidekick becomes the lead. This is the quality of writing that you come to expect from ScreenRant most of the time. Most of their articles are lopsided and basically kissing the rears of Disney or whatever access media they love.
Anyway, you need people of intelligence on this sort of mission. Quest. Thing.
Well, that rules you out, Pip.
Once in a while you come across a good article on ScreenRant, but this is not one of those times. Thomas Bacon, the author of this piece, clearly does not understand Star Wars whatsoever. However, I believe that you, the people watching this video, know better than anyone what Luke Skywalker is. A hero. Even Mark Hamill himself said that the role he was playing in The Last Jedi was Jake Skywalker, and that he did not recognize the character whatsoever. In any case, I hope that you liked this short video. If you did, please press the like button. If you didn't, go ahead and hit the dislike button. Add some commentary below if you're wanting to discuss this. Share it with your friends and with anyone you think will be interested, and please subscribe to the channel and help it grow. As always, may the Force be with you, and I'll see you in the future.
Forward.